Hello my friends, welcome or welcome back. I am the Moss Witch and today we are talking about Salt Lake City, Utah. Grab a snack, grab a drink. I have water again. By the way, that grab a snack, grab a drink thing, not mine. That is inspired by King Wools. If anyone watches King Wools, if you don't, you should watch King Wools. He is a horror game streamer and we have been watching him almost every night for months. Great content. We love Wools. All right, so let's jump in. Salt Lake City. Now, as a earthy folk witch from a very deciduous, humid New Jersey, I don't often get to experience the pleasure of a beautiful, mountainous, arid region. So if you've never been to Utah, it is located in the western side of the United States in the Rocky Mountain Range. And this is a beautiful mountain range. Like I said, it's clay, dry, arid. It is deserty, I would say. It's very different from the, like I said, very deciduous, wet forest that we have here in New Jersey. I love to travel. I love to experience areas different from my own home area. This was an absolutely beautiful landscape to be able to experience. We were only there for a short amount of time. We were only there for a couple days. So we started it off with one of the most beautiful hikes that you can go on in Salt Lake City. I believe it's called the Ensign Peak hike in the Wasatch Mountains. This was the best way we could have started out the trip. We had a rocky time coming in, rocky mountains, but not like positive rocky experience. The flight was very bumpy. It was also delayed by like 6 hours, horrible situation to be in. So when we finally got there at like 3 in the morning, the next day we were able to take the whole day and just explore the beautiful town. And I say town as if it's small. It is just towering, a valley of towering mountains. And those beautiful white tipped mountains too. Oh, so picturesque. If y'all know me, you know that I love to connect with local flora no matter where I go, and I got to do this. And I really had the pleasure of getting quite literally down and dirty with these plants on our hike. So many beautiful plants. You will see me stopping and literally filming everything that I possibly can. The color of especially like these bright yellow flowers that just lit up the whole hillside. It honestly, I don't know, it reminded me of The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy walked out into color. It was so beautiful. I really liked the reddish soil as well. The reddish orange soil, it's obviously very different from our Appalachian mountain soil, and it's of course very rocky around here, but it's just like a different kind of rocky soil out there. Just such a beautiful color to it, and the way it's juxtaposed with the beautiful sky, the sunny, beautiful sky that we got when we were out there, and the plants, little spots of multicolored flora, just an absolute meal for the eyes. So after we were done stopping like every 7 seconds on the hike to look at plants and for me to take samples of plants. Also to pick up every rock that I possibly could, which elongated the hike by about 45 minutes. We finally made it to the top, which was a spectacular, stupendous, and incredible view. Also, I didn't mention this before, but I have been taking some samples of plants when I can. I started this back when I first went to Scotland, continued it. I tried to seasonally record plants, not only during my travels, but also in my home region. Like, I didn't get to show this last time, but some jasmine from New Orleans. Yep, that's jasmine. So anyway, I have been pressing plants when I remember to bring this book with me when I find them, in order to kind of preserve them and take them back with me. And I think it's a really beautiful practice. I've got a ton of unlabeled Scottish plants and Irish plants in here as well. So we'll talk more about those soon. But if you are a big fan of flora, I would recommend grabbing a little notebook like this where you can press plants. Anyway, we get up to the top. We see this really cool and interesting monument. And when we were up there, there was actually a man standing on top of the monument, so I will add that photo here. But that was just such a nice way to start out the trip. We went in May of this year, so everything was in bloom. May is my favorite month. I love the month of Bealtaine, but I really, really do love May. I love to travel in May. I love to see the different growing patterns in that high spring, early summer time in the different regions where I travel. From there, we went straight to the bookstore, of course. We literally took a car. We literally called it like a lift from the park to a bookstore because that is who we are. This was called Golden Braid Books. One of the coolest bookstores I've been to, honestly, and very, very just like brand and vibey for that area. Great selections in this place. I was able to find, I think, 2 of Robin Wall Kimmerer's books, which, if you don't know, Robin Wall Kimmerer, the author of Braiding Sweetgrass, which is recommended reading for anyone looking to learn more about reciprocity with the natural world, with indigenous culture, how to engage with it in an equitable way. I think this is something everybody should read. Anyway, I was able to find Gathering Moss and The Serviceberry there, which are 2 books that have been on my TBR for a long time. Have not gotten to Gathering Moss yet, but I have read The Serviceberry. Oh man, that is required reading for everybody I know. Please, if you have not read The Serviceberry, read The Serviceberry. From the bookstore, we went over to the Utah Museum of Fine Arts. I will drop some pictures into this video because the Utah Museum of Fine Arts did not allow me to film inside, which is totally fine, but it is a absolutely gorgeous fine arts museum. A lot of abstract work, a lot of beautiful impressionist work. There was one particular painting called The Fern Gatherers, which I thought was just so friggin' cool. If one painting could explain my personality, I think that painting could. I really liked a lot of the indigenous exhibits as well. I think that's a really important movement of art to highlight. There was a very interesting piece of work. It was just a huge line on the floor of candies, but they were like sour candies. Okay, so I want to read the little blurb that I see here about the candies at the Utah Museum of Fine Art. So this is a part of an interactive art installation by Felix Gonzalez Torres. It's titled Untitled LA. So again, it consists of a large pile of these individually wrapped green and white candies. And visitors can take them. I took them. I actually liked the flavor. It creates a participatory and reflective experience about themes of love, loss, and change. The pile is replenished daily to represent an endless supply. Really ingenious and cool. So just a little bit more about this. The work is a memorial to the artist's partner who died from AIDS-related complications. The decreasing weight of the candy pile as people take pieces is meant to represent the weight of loss associated with the disease, and the replenishment represents a cycle of remembrance and renewal. Absolutely beautiful. And I love that it's interactive. People are encouraged to take more and more pieces of candy, that cycle. We love a cycle, we love a season, we love cyclical nature, right? All right, after that we explored the town a bit. We ended up going to this store called Everything Utah that was a display of a bunch of different local artists. It was like an artist bazaar. And they had so many cool handmade pieces. They had the work of indigenous artists there. They had some really interesting folkloric bits like the jackalope. A lot of really pretty sandstone too. I did pick up a sandstone piece for my altar. And from there we popped over to a beautiful and very well stocked LGBTQIA owned bookstore, which was such a meaningful experience. I got to pick up a book that was on my TBR, Never Whistle at Night, which is an indigenous anthology of horror stories. If you are in the Utah area, this is like one of the coolest places I've been to. It's called Under the Umbrella Books. And it had all these like really cool umbrellas suspended from the ceiling. Great witchy section, great pin section. I did pick up a support your local bookstore pin, which I love to do. And from there, we were really banging out the area. We had like one day to explore the area. From the Under the Umbrella bookstore, we lifted over to the Red Butte Garden. This was my favorite spot in the whole city. You'll see why. Now, like I said, May is my favorite season. We've got wisteria, we've got lilacs, we've got everything coming up, little shoots and tiny blooms. Everything is this pure, beautiful, light green color, which is like my favorite green, that early growth green. We made our way around that garden and I put my face in everything. They had a beautiful like medicinal herb garden. They had so many cool trees. And I have been really working towards building a stronger relationship with tree spirits, especially the spirits that are native or naturalized to my area. Saw a really cool specific type of juniper. It wasn't common juniper, I believe more found out in the West. So that was really cool to see. Did I mention the lilacs? My favorite flower. My love for lilacs exceeds words and description. The scent, the color, and there's so many different varieties and kinds. I just am obsessed with lilacs. And then, gang, chat, the rowan tree. Oh my gosh. When I turned a corner and came face to face with my first in-person European rowan tree, you could have knocked me over with a feather. This is my favorite tree, the rowan. Oh, the rowan. The rowan is so important in folklore, especially the folklore of my ancestors in Ireland and Scotland and Wales. This tree is like a gold mine for me. Its red berries are associated with vitality and strength and protection and used in those sorts of spells and charms and amulets. For centuries, this tree has dominated the protective magic space. And it's not easily found in my area. Apparently, we are in its range, but I have yet to find a American rowan in the wild, but the fact that the Red Butte Garden had a European rowan, I had died that day and gone to heaven, and heaven is a field of rowan trees. I stood under this tree and cried. I was hit with every human emotion of excitement, of joy, of love, of loss and grief as well. When we ancestrally reconnect, not only is it an exciting and exploratory experience, but it is also wrought with grief, with generational trauma. This tree just felt like such an eternal link to my heritage. For me, it connects all worlds aesthetically. These beautiful white flowers that were blooming, these clusters of these white flowers that have this beautiful honey-like scent that turn into these drooping, weighty, almost foreboding and ominous, but at the same time beautiful clusters of red berries. These berries have been made into necklaces. I have a few strings of these from local makers, and even I have one from a maker in Wales, because this tree is so important to the protective work of my people, and it's found across culturally as well. Anyway, this tree is just very important to me. It is a tree I've been studying from afar for a long time, and to be face to face with her, literally like a week before I was to leave for Ireland and Scotland again. Now, on my first trip to Scotland, I hadn't had the pleasure of experiencing this tree, and maybe it was just because I hadn't been looking out for it. I'd really connected very deeply with information about this tree only towards the latter half of last year and this year. So I was a little bit new to this tree spirit, and I had been looking for her, and I just felt so drawn to her. Do you ever feel just like magnetized when you see a plant or a mineral or a tree or woods or the ocean? I'm sure that a lot of us who are magical practitioners experience this in the natural world. And I experienced this with a lot of things, but the rowan tree was just different for me. It was just such a beautiful experience. I hugged that tree. I sat under the tree. I touched the berries and the flowers, and I cried. I literally cried. I don't cry much, but things like trees and music bring me to tears very easily. I will relax on the rowan story because I could go on for hours, and I won't, but you will see this tree pop up again in a few videos from now. Finding her in her very much native habitat was also life-changing. My life was changed from that day forward after connecting with this tree. I don't know, guys, I don't know. It may sound crazy, but I think the witches that get it get it. So the rowan tree was definitely the climax for me of the trip. The Red Butte Garden is just such an incredible space. Please, if you're gonna go to Salt Lake City, please visit the Red Butte Garden, especially if you can't go to any of these other places, which please try to go to these other places and support them. But if you can't, if you're only able to do one thing, the Red Butte Garden is something that is unforgettable. After that, that was kind of our day. We went from the Red Butte Garden. I believe we got some dinner. I can't remember where we got dinner, but it was great. And then from dinner, we popped over to this really cool bar called the Water Witch. And hello, the perfect place to end a very witchy travel trip. Cocktails were great, bartenders were great, the atmosphere was great. It was a beautiful little space. If you're looking for a place to get a drink, look no further in Salt Lake City than Water Witch. All in all, I had a really great time in Salt Lake City. I would absolutely go back. I loved connecting with the local spirits there. Like I said, I mean, I think I hyperfixated before on like the soil. The soil, just that reddish clay was so magical. I really enjoyed being able to walk around there and put my hands on the ground and into the flora. You know, see a lot of beautiful wildlife too. We saw a lot of magpies, which was really cool. And ironically, again, we saw a lot of magpies in Salt Lake City, but I've also seen a lot of magpies in the UK. Coincidence? Maybe? I don't think so. This trip felt very aligned. I had a couple back-to-back trips lined up that I didn't really anticipate having to do this year, but it worked out because I will always try and make a travel trip work because I love to travel. I love to see our beautiful world. I really, really did enjoy Salt Lake City. So if you have the opportunity to go, I'd say go. It's a great city to spend the day in. I think you can pretty much see the city in like a day or two. And those mountains, I loved being in that valley and having those mountains look down on me. When we were riding around, going from like the park to the center city area, when you were driving, they have, in Salt Lake City, the way the city was designed, it was designed with these very, very long and wide streets. And as you drive along those streets, it just feels like those mountains are looking down at you. And who wouldn't love the idea, as a nature girly, of having mountains look down on you and watch you? I'm a mountain girl. I live on a mountain. I've always lived in the Appalachian Mountain Range. I grew up here, and I love the idea of the mountains having my back. So it just seemed like a very kismet place for me to visit. I don't know, I liked it. And I think you will too. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe. I hope that you enjoyed this trip, this little trip we took to Salt Lake City together. Please visit if you can, and stay tuned for more travel vlogs. You are going to see the best of the best coming up soon. I know a lot of y'all have been asking me about my trips to the UK and to Ireland, and get ready, gang, because we're going together. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Slán go fóill. Bye for now.